welcome Executive Director of the San Francisco AIDS Foundation, Mark Cloutier.
Hello, hero! You look beautiful. I wish you could see how you look from up here. A sea of colors, a sea of success. You look beautiful, especially you, Ginger. Did you ever think you would get here? Did you wonder if you could do it? We're here. You did it. We made it together. And we stand here accomplished and proud. We assembled as 2,800 anxious individuals in San Francisco, but a single community has come together across this parking lot, bound by a commitment not only to contribute to a worldwide fight against HIV and AIDS, but by a personal mission to extract good from an imperfect world. You've come a very long ways, 545 miles from the city of San Francisco to Los Angeles. You struggled up hills and sailed down them. You've endured mud, dust, and wind, and were rewarded with endless golden hills, a salty breeze, and the promise of a limitless ocean. You left San Francisco on a foggy morning before the sun came up, and you're here in this brilliant Southern California sunshine, euphoric and flush with accomplishment. How does it feel? Yeah! Did we get here too quickly? I think so. Our week sped by at a maddening pace. Was it only last Sunday that we faced the punishing climb up Highway 92, only to come flying down practically into the ocean through clear skies on one of the most flawless afternoons I can remember? How many days ago did we try to keep our tents down in windy Santa Maria, when more than anything else we wanted to eat and fall asleep? Was it last night, or the night before, or the night before that we stood on the beach in Ventura to remember those we've lost and held fast to each other, promising to continue their work until we no longer need to? I know you've never quite felt like this before. We've come on an unusual journey, but it didn't begin last Sunday at the Cow Palace. It started long before that, on the day you first considered if you could successfully meet this challenge, months ago for some, years ago for others. Think back to the moment when you first registered for AIDS Life Cycle 6. Whether new or a veteran participant, you asked yourself if you could do it. How will I survive that 105-mile day? How many mornings can I fold a tent at 4 a.m. to spend the day serving oatmeal or marking the course? Will they laugh me off the stage if I do my comedy shtick on talent night? If you had doubts, you needn't have worried. If you question your strength, you are flat out wrong. Your bodies may be in a need of a break, but your spirit is stronger than ever. And I think I know why. Something has happened to all of us this week, something transformative. Going through the paces of a grueling trip, you denied yourselves the things that make life easy. In a single bag, you brought clothing for 7 days of riding or roading, toothpaste and chewing gum, batteries, and maybe a red moo-moo. But you leave with something extra. When you packed your bag this morning in Ventura, did you notice that you put something inside? A change of heart. Let me try to explain. What's most compelling about this journey was not what we endured. It wasn't the mileage or the disorienting experience of 7 nights and 7 camps, or the solid week of porta potties. It's what we shared during those in-between moments that are so remarkable. We talked, we rode, we laughed, we cried, and we packed, and we climbed, and we schlepped. Some of us even slept. We became friends without knowing each other's names. Kindness, affection, and play were our currency. Someone offered to set up your tent. You gave up your place in line for someone who needed coffee desperately. We built a community on AIDS Life Cycle 6. We became a single body composed of 2,800 moving parts. Every one of those parts had a specific function, a sense of purpose, a will to accomplish something. And this community would have been incomplete had one of you not come. And what have we accomplished? Well, one answer is easy. All week when I spoke to you, I told you what happened that day in the San Francisco AIDS Foundation, because you rode. Today, this exultant, glorious day at the San Francisco AIDS Foundation, all of us, clients, volunteers, staff, and board, are deeply grateful to you. Because you rode, because you roadied, because you stood on the side of a highway and cheered, because of you, we're ready to return home and face the challenges of another year fighting HIV and AIDS. There's another answer, though, for what we've accomplished. We've accomplished something that may be even more important. It may have even greater mileage than when the road ends. We came together on AIDS Life Cycle to celebrate our health. Is that a surprise? The irony of this experience is that an illness brings all of us together. We're all connected to HIV. Like the courageous and inspiring positive peddlers, that connection is as close as our own bodies. For others, the connection is a family member, a friend living with or lost to HIV over the past 26 years. Many of us only just realized on this ride how we are connected to AIDS. Because we're defined by a commitment to an illness, we understand the value of health better than anyone. And today, because we've prevailed in the face of an enormous physical challenge, we know what it means to be exceptionally healthy. If we stand firm against HIV and AIDS, it's because of our health. You know how strong you felt when you emptied a gear truck for 6 consecutive nights. You know how powerful you were when you made it up Quadbuster. Capture that feeling right now. Capture it and carry it beyond this parking lot to others in your lives that will benefit. We're all up against some pretty steep odds these days, and bad choices can make them even steeper. Please tell the buddy who only looks for one-night stands what today feels like. Tell the sister who spends too much time at the office what today feels like. Tell the friend who is quietly eating themselves or drinking themselves to death what today feels like. How much will it mean? Thank you. How much will it mean if your example leads them to smart, healthy choices rather than the cul-de-sac of isolation, despair, and dependency? Because the journey of AIDS Life Cycle didn't begin on Sunday. It does not end here. It's the single most important role we play, carrying a message about our health, our bodies, and our minds from these closing ceremonies and onto the streets of Los Angeles, San Francisco, and 100 cities and towns and states and countries where this experience can help to change the world. We've got work to do, more than 100 AIDS life cycles, but having conquered one, you know that you can do it again and again and again. Standing here, looking out at all 2,800 of you, I see only one thing: dazzling goodness. You struggled so others might live. That is the ultimate meaning of this ride. Selflessly joining a band of strangers different from you, giving of yourself unconditionally so that other human beings who we may never meet have a shot at a life that we all expect experienced in loving abundance this week together. That is the good that we must bring back to the imperfect world we will return to. That is what real heroes do. Thank you. See you next year.